Today we continue our expedition into the world of One Piece. I hope you enjoy it as much as we did.
That was good.
Okay, so these guys are off into the distance, and more or less you've got your first ship, plus
All
dinghy.
right. Plus a dinghy. Let's go.
No
Um,
damage.
I don't have the bottom level drawn out. I will draw out the bottom level if you guys want to go explore it, but which is probably one of the things that you guys would probably do.
We
Looking for the
I think the first
smugglers'
thing we should
holds or
do
whatever.
is
Get
I
the
think
out.
we should do is weigh anchor and just start sailing, and then once we know we're moving, we can start searching.
Yeah, I would say that uh, somebody should probably be searching the underbelly to make sure there
Oh, that was
isn't
me.
any more people left.
That was me.
Yeah.
That's just uh,
Because I'm the closest to the door.
DM's
Yeah, go
advice.
You
So
can, you can go ahead. You can
Yeah,
search.
I'm done.
he
I'll
will
start.
be down
I'll start
there. You can go
I'll-
like this.
I'll try and help Blusser's drunk ass get up onto the boat.
That's fair. That's fair. We'll do. What the is athletics in this?
Jump. I don't know. Climb. I think there's jump and
Climb.
Yeah. So I guess I could do an assist or something.
Yeah, so you would have to be carrying the person. Your strength is reasonable. It's even, net 0. 10
Zero,
probably.
yeah.
That's probably plenty to carry her out. She's pretty light. Um,
Okay. If you say so.
what's your climb roll?
My climb roll is it would be a straight 3.
Rip. So
I'd be happy to help you out there, but
as you try and climb out, I mean, you end up dangling. You end up not losing your foothold, losing hold of her, and you grab her by the hand, so you're holding on to the side on the downward rope, with one hand, and you're kind of stuck. So somebody else has got to help you up.
Guys. Guys.
I'm gonna voluntarily lose my listen roll.
Fair.
No, I'll go. I'll go drop a rope.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Drop a rope, or I'll hang down and help however I can, I guess.
I don't remember where I wanted the anchor to be. I think the anchor was supposed to be here. So we'll do that. Okay, so we'll strength to pull the rope and him on. Strength check me.
Oh God, here we go. How's the 9 sound?
I mean, it's enough to get him kind of to the edge, and he manages to grab onto the lower portion, and then you manage to grab onto her. It takes a lot longer than you would want, and
We're human centipeding this.
yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the best.
Ginn, come hold my belt.
Yeah, I mean, you guys get him up to the railing, but man, are you guys fumbling it? It's hard carrying a person out. It's hard carrying a person up a small rope. To be fair.
Shit.
Anyways, after a long period of time, you manage to get them onto the deck, and you just fucking lay her ass down below the crow's nest.
Uh-huh.
Not really a necessity currently. And I guess we'll just I don't really think we want this thing in the water, so I guess we'll just strap it to the side of the boat.
Yeah.
Totally.
I assume we could whether do it now or whatever, have
A pulley system,
a
pull it up.
rope on the
Yeah.
back
Well,
end
yeah,
as
I
well. And we
mean,
can pull it
yeah,
up
yeah,
on both
yeah.
ends.
So this side you would tighten, and then have a secondary rope back here
Yep,
that you would tighten, and then strap it onto the side of the boat like
Yep.
that.
Or you could drop around the cannon barrel and pull it up that way, so it doesn't destroy any part of the wooden ship.
The wood is actually reasonably. I mean, they're fishermen. They keep pretty good care of their boat. Actually, they were pretty. And this is in a shipwright. They just got it repaired.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So it's coming out of a shipwright's town, just moored in port.
Just came out of dry dock. Roger that.
Yep. Yeah. So this is your guys' boat.
And I'm downstairs searching for.
And you are downstairs searching for people, and we'll go like this. Roll this over. So it needs to be. This is what 30 feet wide and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet long. So we'll do 30. This is the back end. And then we'll do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Whoops. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, it's supposed to be 2 further back. Rip. I was like, wait a minute, the tip of the ship's off the end? What?
It grew.
It grew. Yeah, 30 feet wide, something like that. Yep. And 70 feet long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This. This. The front end, which is actually completely separated. This is actually a wall. Separating the 2 sections. This is like the front storage area with the front panel that flops up. And then this would be the underbelly, which has a small room, cupboard, and then another small room. This is like a hallway.
Alright.
Hallway out to here. Yeah, this is another cupboard. This is the stairway that you came down. It's like a spiral. Top, bottom. So this is the spiral. This is the section. This is all back. This is open. Actually, this is not open. This is the closed off portion of the captain's quarters. Or what would be the captain's quarters. So this has 2 bunks in it. This is again a cabinet, like storage area. Another storage. This is actually, sorry, this is a single bunk. It's 2 bunks, so 2, 4, 6 people actually could be housed. 7 including the captain, What the hell?
What is that? Gary, I think that's you.
My headset cut off.
It's all good. Swap between your like laptop mic or whatever and your normal mic. Ripperino. Yeah. So this is all open area with like chained rope. There's a bunch of like hooks with chained rope on them.
Gotcha.
Or what looks like chained rope, it's actually netting. There's a bunch of netting stored down here.
Okay.
It's like it's actually a single net. This is just where they store the secondary one. The other one's in the water currently. These are the rudders. Sorry. Single bunk. I'll get it drawn out better later, but this is the front storage area. Anyways, you don't find anybody downstairs. Any extra. So obviously there's regular shit. This is the door. This is the front door of the captain's quarters, which is a little bit more robust. Regular door, regular door. There. So you go down here. You definitely don't. First of all, you don't hear any rustling. You don't. I mean, outside of regular, ship sway and things like that, the creak of the wood. And it seems like everybody came up top.
Okay.
But it does seem like that not everybody was actually on board that was supposed to be on board.
Right.
Because there's more bunks that have actual stuff in them that than people that you saw. You saw a total of 5 people, and every single one of these bunks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the captain's area all had stuff in them. So it seems like there should have been two more people's worth of stuff than people that you saw.
I might be interested in checking out the captain's pockets.
Yeah.
I think that is definitely, and he would probably go now that you guys kind of sort of have the layout of the underbelly. And this is actually
what's in Mr. Finger's
taller
pockets?
room.
Not much.
Yeah, this is actually a taller room than the rest of these.
Oh, word.
Because this is like where the transition happens.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Where that angled transition is.
Mm-hmm.
So these rooms, this is like a vaulted ceiling as opposed to this is a low, like 6-foot ceiling, which is really, really low for your average person.
Yeah.
It's like literally lower.
Luckily, 2 out of 4 of us so far are like super small.
Yeah, I mean, and that's pretty stereotypical in boats. The underbelly is usually very much shorter than a normal ceiling, and this is like, slightly shorter than an actual vaulted ceiling, which is something that will be more relevant later when we actually get like stuff to fill the rooms with and whatnot. Not that there isn't already stuff, but general layout of the underbelly.
Nice.
Back to the old top ski.
Main thing is we need to find that log pose.
Yeah.
Did we search the captain? Y'all obviously.
Yeah. So you guys you can come back out the hole.
And now I'm coming back upstairs, so you guys can.
This guy, you see, as you come back upstairs, you notice the human centipede of people trying to get onto the edge as they finally pull them over, and he heads probably to try and somebody is trying to pull anchor, and somebody is trying to get the fuck out of here.
Start pulling ink.
Yanking the chain.
Yeah, and it seems like they're intent on getting the fuck out of here. which is something that definitely should happen. But here's the captain,
Hey,
incapacitated
y'all search
captain,
the
man.
captain for the log post.
I believe that.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean, temporarily you could escape here and just keep the island on one side so that you're not actually out to sea until
Totally.
you're safely out of here, and then you can search the dude. Or you can search him right now if you want to.
No, I'd rather search it right now. Take
Yeah,
this-
yeah.
We on
Then what the fuck is that shit called again?
log
The,
post.
the investigate.
Oh, my bad.
Search.
Search.
Do I have?
Yeah, so it's just whatever plus int. Skill plus int
Oh.
is what it should be.
Mine is
So I think Gary's is 2. Everybody can throw a search at it.
12.
I don't have search. It's
Yeah,
just
you
one.
can
It's one of mine, but it's not my
11.
favorite.
Until we
secondary.
get people that are specialized in things, we're just gonna have to have everybody
Okay.
throw
Okay.
for the things that nobody is proficient in.
And it's a D20.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
And I had a 12.
You had a 12.
Mhm.
And Mr. Finger
9.
reasonable. So you guys do manage. You notice, just like most log poses, it is around his wrist. It's not like it's hidden. Most of them are, they're meant to be on the person at all times. It's like a fancy compass. So you do find a basic log pose, single magnetic pole, and it has been on this island long enough to match up to this island's magnetic pole. In the same fashion that you normally would be waiting. That's usually why they take so long at even the meaningless islands, is they still have to wait for their log post to connect to the island itself. So it has been here long enough. So you guys could travel. You guys could fiddle around. There's other locations to be on this island. We could go elsewhere. It's completely up to the captain at this point.
Do we have any idea where we would be going?
Currently, you don't have a heading. That's one of the things that we were talking about before. Is we don't necessarily have like a, we aren't. Are we searching for One Piece? Are we searching for, do we want to try and find more people for the crew? Do we want to try and find loot? Do we want to go steal from some people? Do we want to go with the Marines? I mean, there's a lot of what's the consensus of the group about what type of pirates are we going to be? Are we going to be causing chaos for the world government, or are we in it for ourselves, like Luffy's crew is, where everybody just wants I want Sanji wants the all blue.
Totally.
It's completely up to the crew, and at this point we've got the freedom to. I will get a character sheet made for the ship now that we've got a definitive ship.
Nice.
And it is, the closer you get, every single piece of this ship is Elm.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
The helm, the rudders, the masts, the hull, every piece that you inspect as a shipwright is made of Elm.
Hell
Which
yeah.
means this thing is fast as
Nice.
yeah, you're sitting on 28 knots or 23 knots when normally caverals are supposed to be like 15 knots. So like they will see your ship in the fashion that your ship is, and they will think that they can catch you when they can't.
Suckers.
Another one of the reasons that the cannon is set up in the direct center of the back of the ship. is people will think they can chase you when they can't. And
Hell
then
yeah.
they will start chasing you and get shot.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, that's the way that I had this specific the idea behind this specific ship. The other ones had more cannons. They had 2 front cannons, 2 side
Sure.
cannons.
Hell yeah.
But they were metal and they were slower, higher defense, way more like the ability to, at least the smaller ships, the ones that were. You guys could have chosen to try and take the other one, but that would have been a real difficult combat for you guys. Probably at this level, you guys might have died. There's just too many Marines on that other ship. You guys probably wouldn't have. Logically, I don't think any of the characters wanted to tussle with a regular sized Marine ship at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I left it in as an
That kind of
option
clout.
just in case the group was like, yeah, we fucking hate the Marines, let's go tussle with these. Like that's totally an option. But if we took that, I would have woke up Bluster and we would have had a 4th person to try and survive the combat. That was kind of the general consensus on this port, because there's different stuff and different DCs at the other 2 ports.
It would be pretty cool to have a bounty and all that, but I don't got the abilities for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that right now we're at the point where we need to come up with what are our characters' dreams. What do our characters want to do?
I told you mine.
Yeah. I get that. That's 100%. So you need to be finding like sea stone.
Yeah, sea stone. Yeah.
So you want that's like you want to be looting as much as you possibly can.
Yeah. And searching the Grand Line, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. So that's like your thing. Pogo, what is Pogo wanting to be finding, and how would that alter our heading? And then the same thing goes for Mr. Finger. What is his like aspirations as a captain?
I feel like for the most part, at least so far, he just wants to like sail on a sweet ship for the sake of sailing around on a sweet ship.
Yeah, so more of the Luffy style. Like, obviously, it would be cool to make it to One Piece, but it's not like your aspiration to make it to One Piece. Your aspiration is the adventure, not the destination.
Right, and more specifically, the adventure on a badass ship.
Yeah. So it would be your dream would be acquisition of infinite amounts of parts for ships and
basically make it just to deck out a badass ship.
Yeah. All right. So you would be wanting to increase the size of the ship and increase the size, through acquisition of parts, probably.
Totally. Or through acquisition of bigger and awesomer ships.
Yeah. I feel like thematically, crews get attached to the ships.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that like there's an entire ship character sheet. That's why I'm going to have to take a time to actually write out the ship character sheet for this ship, because your ship actually does level with you. And there is ship leveling.
Yeah.
And
I feel like it might be beneficial, at least at some point, to definitely have a lot more space.
Yeah.
Because like we have, even with Robert's other character not being on the ship, that leaves 7.
And that's like not even comfortable. There's not even a kitchen.
Right, totally.
There's not currently a kitchen on this ship.
Yeah.
So there is tools to be used, but there's literally a stone. So you guys didn't go down into the front area, but down in the front area is a stone like makeshift fire pit that they bring up on, they hoist up on. So this is actually supposed to be, it's inside that center wall area, which makes it here. Like here, there should be another panel. That's how they cook. Is they literally crank.
Nice.
Wow.
Stone fire pit up.
Hell yeah.
And after they crank that stone fire pit up, they put a pan on it, start a fire, so on and so forth. So that's like the way that they did it on this ship specifically.
Nice.
So there's not actually like a kitchen. It's literally just a fire pit that they crank on the deck and make food. So I know when that character gets added, they're probably going to want a ship with a kitchen. Obviously, this ship might be tossed before that person gets added. Who knows? But we should definitely be heading towards ports so we could go to the current ports on this island on Briss if we want to, which would be the Smuggler's Port, which is in the little inlet at the top left, at the northwest, where there's like there's actually a cavern between that lake and the bay, that inlet bay at the northwest. Between those two, so that's like the Smuggler's Cove, where the Smuggler's Cove is. Or we could go to the Marine base to try and steal a bigger ship, or we can go to a different place. And the different islands that are in the area, we've already we saw that map earlier. So the closer islands would be Centuria is here. You guys definitely have their maps. So in the captain's quarters is a set of maps. So you have headings if you want to for the surrounding islands. But no more maps than the Sorbet Kingdom, which is north. Centaria, which is to the southeast, and Badarilla, which is basically straight west. Yeah, basically straight west. And those are the three headings that we could take. And also, if anybody wants to do content for one, go for it. If not, I will continue to do.
I'll start
whatever the heading is.
I'll start doing some brainstorming.
Fair.
Yeah. I'll have to think some more about my character too.
Yeah, and that's we're probably going to have to return to the Briss Kingdom at some point. It regardless of, I mean, the only way that we wouldn't is if we went to Badarilla, because then then you're close enough to another one of the islands. I guess we could take the heading. It would just be a lot of travel to make it to Torino.
I know I'm not the captain, but I actually wanted to like circle around the island to go to the other side and check out some things.
We could cruise up
somewhere.
Yeah, we could cruise up to the like Smuggler Bay.
Yeah, you could do that. You definitely could. You could even visit, even though I believe that we determined that Robert's dude was supposed to have been exiled from his tribe or something like that. You could go there. Ganoia it's there. There a bunch of tribesmen live there. You don't necessarily know what the center area is called, where those two buildings are. Obviously, there's those ruins. All that stuff is actual stuff. You could go explore the rest of the island. Trying to map out the rest of the island, but it's up to you guys.
Yep, I need money because I want to buy another samurai, so I don't care. I'm going for
Yeah, I feel like money is always going to be at the top of just about everybody's list.
Yeah.
Wanting to be rich is at the top of just about every pirate's list.
right. So the addition to that, right? So like I already told you about my dream about how I want to make a world where it's an equal playing field against
like devil fruit.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wanted to create the weapons from out of the sea stone.
Yep.
But because I also need finances, I also would like a part of that dream. I want to find One Piece because that money can help me. That gold.
Yeah,
can
I
help me.
mean, obviously, every pirate has the dream. That's one of the things that I wanted to make known is like I think just about every pirate that's on the sea in the anime One Piece would love finding One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like being able to actually obtain that requires that you have the actual aptitude to like take the information from all of the places that you need to take the information from, which are owned by like emperors or the world government or
Right.
like actually a celestial dragon territory or
Mm-hmm.
yada yada yada. So um, that's one of the things is you have to have like your characters have to be able to get to a high enough level. Obviously, our characters can get to that level. And we can take over emperors, and we can take over, yada yada yada, become a warlord of the sea or whatever.
Gotcha.
We have the ability to do that, but we have to get to that point. We have to have our, uh,
Gotta get my tickets.
prestige arc, where in Robert's case, because he wants to be a Yonko, would be you guys fighting one of the current emperors to take their slot as an emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be Whitebeard or Shanks or Big Mama
don't
or
Whitebeard get
Kaido.
Don't Whitebeard get murdered?
Good luck.
Don't Whitebeard get murdered though?
This is 5 years before Luffy sets sail. Is when our campaign starts.
So many, about 10 years before. Maybe not 10, but pretty close.
Probably.
8.
I mean,
Probably
Marine
closer to
Ford
8.
happens not actually that long, so it's like a year after they actually set sail is when the Marine Ford war happens, which means he dies about a year in. So 6 years from now is when Whitebeard would die.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoilers.
All right. So pretty much we're possibly 1 or 2 years right before Ace left to out to sea.
It was supposed to be pretty much timed with when Ace left.
Gotcha. I thought so.
Because he is a little bit older than Luffy.
Right.
Not by that many years, but he did also leave when he was pretty young.
Yeah, Luffy left 3 years after him.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I just watched a few episodes. I mean, I just started over watching it.
I don't actually remember. It's been a while since I watched it early on. Because I started at Ennis Lobby when I restarted. Because I didn't want to go through like Alabasta. Not that Alabasta wasn't good, but Ennis Lobby is my favorite arc in the entire show.
I don't know. I always go from episode 1. Adam got me into it. I was like, all right, we're gonna start over again.
But yeah, so if we're gonna be taking, we're heading to the Smuggler's Hold, so we can do travel and then probably cut it there because we're getting kind of late.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
So you guys don't necessarily have a navigator?
Nope.
So we're gonna do. Man,
I'm good at sailing, just not knowing where to sail the ship.
Yeah.
So we good.
Yeah, so we can do reasonable. Yeah, you aren't gonna need like disadvantage or anything on any of that. So if you would like to make, what is sailing an actual like skill?
It is.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Okay, and you're a favorite in it.
Yeah, I am.
And what is its support stat?
Where's
Probably.
this?
I mean, I imagine it to be like the survival check in 5e, which I
Where's
believe is
the-
wisdom.
Secondary skills. P.S. Say search sailing is wisdom.
Yeah. So it'd be
Raising, lowering sails, turning, running small ships.
Yeah, and you guys don't necessarily need a heading. Pretty calm waters. obviously, other than the wakes created by the scattering ships trying to get away from the fire. So the weather at sea seems to be okay. No negatives to your. It seems pretty clear skies. A nice cross breeze, so you got pretty good wind for the sails. So we'll look at the size of the map, and each one of those squares is a kilometer. It's a fairly large surface area, but not a lot there on the island, to be fair. Within the large surface area. So it'd probably be, you guys have to go out the bay, kind of sort of dodge the whirlpools that are there, and then, you know, take kind of the cut route across and then go north along the coast. So it could take you a while, it could take you a very short time. We'll start off with your initial sailing check, and then we'll do one when you get to here also. We'll do one when you get to the so do the first one.
14.
Totally reasonable. I mean, the water is super calm. You take a few waves that you don't necessarily need to run into the wake of the wave, but sometimes you just gotta what do you call it? Kick the tires. You gotta run your ship right into the fucking wake every single time you get the chance to. And you guys seem to make it. None of the stuff on deck seems to fall off when a layer of water goes over the top of it. Everything seems to be nice and solid, especially since it just got repaired. Can we get so that's probably, you guys are probably to the mouth, and far out of the distance from the like being viewed from you don't feel like anybody followed you. You don't feel like you feel pretty safe where you are. So you can moor here. It's getting into the wee hours of the night. We're talking 10 11 p.m. and you guys have made it down there. So
Yeah, we should probably anchor well outside. That way we can do what we need to do, take inventory, search all the crannies of the ship, see what the hell we're working with.
Put the guy in a barrel and float him towards shore. You guys don't really find anything else. I forgot about that. You guys don't really find anything else on him. Obviously, if somebody wants to take his hat, you can take his hat.
Oh, yeah.
And
describe to me what this hat looks like.
So the hat, I can actually just give you a picture.
Yeah, I'm taking it right off his head and putting it on mine. Backwards and everything. That word.
Just a standard leather captain's hat. I don't know why it says GIF, but
tricorn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that is what his hat looks like. Leather. I believe we figured out that leather caps don't really do anything other than cosmetics, which is totally fine. And so you guys are moored out there. You take his hat. He doesn't. They're poor as shit. They normally just buy supplies. So there is supplies in the front area.
Should we keep a
plenty
or I
of
guess if you
food
make the character sheet for the ship, we can just keep a ship inventory or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Cool.
But it has enough like rations and food supplies for about 2 weeks, which is plenty to make it to any port on the island, to any of the other ports on the island.
Plus we have that net that's still dropped, right?
Correct. The net is still dropped.
We can reel that in once we weigh anchor or drop the anchor and hang out.
And does somebody? I guess we'll do another sailing. We'll do a sailing check for that also.
Gladly. 22.
Oh, nice.
So you find you managed to haul in another, probably it's like probably 300 pounds in fish.
Woo!
Protein.
To
Let's
be
sell some of
fair,
this.
you guys dragged that entire area that you
All the way
already
up the
sailed
fucking
on.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you managed to run through a couple schools of like perch, and I mean they're a lot of them are smaller fish, so like bait size fish, but a couple of them are larger. Tunas, a couple 100-pound tunas, basically.
I mean, we could always try
And
and
then a bunch
do
of
that in
perch.
between islands just to like bring it in and sell, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's a fucking fishing vessel, might as well use it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what we
you
got it
don't-
for.
Privateers did some, they were pirates, but they did some legit, shit back in the day also. Legit trade.
Regular ass like trading and stuff.
Yeah, as well as procuring stuff from other ships.
Yeah.
And passing it off inside the stuff that they were normally trading. Very, very common. Anyways, so you guys do have, another couple 100 pounds of fish, which most of it is like a couple of tuna,
Yes.
and the rest of it's like a bunch of little perch that the tuna were feeding on when you caught them.
Sushi.
To be fair, could have been less if your f***ing sailing shit wasn't absurd, which is fine. That's the point of a shipwright, man. They're supposed to be good at sailing.
Gotta go buy some rice and seaweed.
Right.
That's the next thing you gotta go do.
First you gotta find a f***ing kitchen and a
We
cook.
don't need a kitchen for sushi.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I mean, you need somebody with knife skills and a place to cut things.
Don't want all the guts getting into the meat.
Yeah. It's
I
definitely.
would roll to make my sushi.
Just roll the fish.
Just roll it across the deck. Done.
No, I would roll the dice.
It's a sushi roll.
Right.
Just roll it down the stairs.
Yeah, okay.
Eat it
so
at the bottom.
everybody gains their level equal to their level in HP if they still had HP missing.
Nice.
I had no missing.
For this evening's rest, and we'll do another sailing check. Now that morning is here, you're trying to get around and do the travel. So we're trying to dodge the whirlpool. Depending on how high it is, will be how close you get to it to help in slingshotting you. Otherwise, if it's low, we'll have to go real wide and take a long time at it.
Nice. And I have my daily vitamins that I'm gonna start sharing to the crew.
Okay.
The doctor and his crew gain a +1 bonus to fortitude and willpower saves.
Oh.
If someone leaves the doctor's crew for more than a week, the effect is nullified.
Word.
So it's just like a AOE stat bonus for just having me around.
What is that? Willpower?
Willpower and fortitude.
Yep.
And fortitude. Where the
And I would imagine like some of the
Fortitude.
story that we make about having a marine will be the marine will probably be forced to leave the crew at certain times. So for long periods of time.
is fortitude?
Primary skill.
Oh, that's the one that I never put in.
Yeah, it should be fort, reflex, and will. Or like con. That's like normally like a con save as well as a wisdom save as well as a dexterity save. That's like I think those are the stats that you use for those.
Nice.
Cool.
So fishing or sailing to try and see how close we have to be or how far away we have to be, how close we can be, and how far away we have to be based on your roll.
17.
17 natural or
No.
modifiers?
After modifiers, yeah.
So, you're not really going to get a slingshot on it, but you're pretty close. You feel the current definitely pulling you a little bit. Your sailing skills seem to be doing all right. Not spectacular. You're not fucking, white knuckling it, trying to fucking slingshot yourself around the coast. So, after about you guys started at probably first light. which would have been, pretty early in the morning, 6 a.m., something like that. And by about 10, 11 a.m., you guys make it down onto the crest, way out next to the tip of the desert down there. And can everybody else... Actually, everybody make a con save, or whatever that is. Sorry, fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
Everybody make a fortitude save.
Fortitude, that's favored.
You guys don't quite have your sea legs yet.
17.
Okay. You're
Decent
getting
rolls.
there. You're getting
Decent
there.
rolls.
16.
You're also getting there.
So we add con or no?
Yeah, it should be the thing plus the stat.
Your fortitude.
Fortitude save plus the stat associated with it.
All right, hold on real quick. Sorry.
And then plus your +1 from the vitamins.
Yep.
All right,
Considering
So
how
16,
considering how I
17.
forgot it was even a skill, needless to say, I'm not favored.
Mine is favored. So luckily it's favored because my roll was pretty. But I got 13.
Nice. So you feel a little woozy, but you're getting there. The other ones seem to be right as rain on the ocean.
You show offs.
The currents seem to... I mean, obviously you guys wouldn't necessarily be able to tell this because you guys aren't like navigators. The currents seem to be helping you go north at this fashion, now that you're around the edge. So can we get another sailing?
16.
16. That's reasonable. You definitely notice the ship going directions you're not telling it to, but you can chalk that up to the currents below, taking you weird directions and shit. But you're still on pace. You seem to be on pace. And
Drifting toward the ditch.
yeah, we hit about noon, and we're feeling like somebody's gonna need it. I mean, everybody's getting hungry. Every single one of you motherfuckers is hungry as shit right now.
All right.
Bluster has actually awoken and is hungover as shit and is screaming for she wants food. She hungry. She hangry.
Is this a new day? I forgot to ask.
Yeah. This is the next day. Day 2 or day.
Sorry.
Yeah, day 2.
I could also see about crafting some herbal medicine to help with Bluster's hangover.
It's also completely reasonable. I think that's definitely something Pogo might do. Might alleviate some of the hangriness.
Treat this as a crafting feat and roll your heal skill to determine if you are successful. I don't know what the DC is. That's probably still 15.
It's probably 15.
Okay. Oh, damn. I only got 14. Womp.
Rip. I mean, you managed to make something.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you managed to make something. You don't really know what it is, actually.
I give it to her.
Fair.
This will help.
She stares at it for a little while, wonders why there's some purple nonsense in the cup in front of her. I don't know, you seem believable.
It should help with the hangover.
It's like one of those. She gets a little bit of placebo effect, and she's really, really nauseous now. A little bit of placebo. The headache's a little bit better, but man, is she nauseous. She's getting a disadvantage on her rolls for probably the remainder of this day. Her fortitude rolls for the rest of this day. She's gonna be thrown up over the fucking side for most of this day. She was probably going to be doing that for most of this day anyways. She's not much of a help on the sea currently.
Word. Well, she has a +1 to her fortitude from my vitamin.
Fair enough. So, we are stuck at the point where we need somebody to cook something. So,
Was there rations below deck?
There is not rations. It's all basically... I mean, it's food that's chilled, basically.
Gotcha.
I mean, I bought myself rations, so...
Yeah, you guys have, like, actual rations in your kits, I think?
I don't.
Oh, maybe you
No,
don't.
you had to buy rations. I actually bought rations.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I only have
Okay.
tea.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the rough part, because that also is fucking a highway robbery.
So, whomever... What is the cooking? I believe cooking is wisdom.
Let's make it a team effort.
So rations,
Sure.
rations plus
Alright.
two.
I
They
think
were
we can probably
$1,000,
have
500 per day.
word.
Cooking is wisdom.
Yeah, so everybody will
Simple
take
meals?
the highest roll. We'll take the highest roll. Everybody roll, and we'll take the
Wisdom
highest
roll.
roll. Yeah.
So 1d20 or
I rolled 13, not enough.
14.
It's a DC of 15 to cook 2 pounds to make simple meals.
Said it's just a wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got
If you don't
10.
have cooking as a stat, then yeah,
Okay.
it's
I
just
got
wisdom.
0.
Let me double
So I got
check.
14.
I don't. So I rolled a 2.
Fair. Let's see what I forgot. What blusters.
I'm going to have to look at this. There's an entire chart for herbal
Cooking?
medicine.
Oh,
medicine.
herbal medicine.
So like
Wow.
Did we get somebody who successfully rolled?
Nope. I had a 14.
Not
That's
one of
up.
us. So we're
It says each time you fail to cook a meal, the DC of that check has a 25% chance of getting easier by a value of 1. The same thing happens when you
so
cook the same meal more than once.
on a 4, I'll roll it. Not a 4. So
I mean, we do have a lot of fish. Can't we all do 2 rerolls?
we're just taking
reroll.
we're just taking the highest of the rolls that we have. So we're choosing whoever took the highest roll, we're only doing one try
so I
for
got
4
14.
rolls.
I got 14.
So we get it's
Same.
like yeah, I got less than that. I got 11.
oh for roll 2.
No.
First one.
For the
We're just
first
on
one,
roll.
my second roll is enough. My second roll is 18.
So the meal that we tried to cook that we failed on, that means that 2 pounds of food is wasted.
Yeah, which in this instance, not that much. They literally just stocked up.
Yeah.
Like right after getting the fixed, so they had a reasonable amount for more people that are on the ship than like there was more people. Yeah.
Right.
So they stocked up for 7 when there's only 4 now. So 2 pounds is not that much in comparison to what you guys actually have.
You said a
What we
couple
actually have.
100
Yeah.
pounds or something.
And well, yeah, 300 pounds is what you guys caught.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily the stuff that's actually been, like the stuff that's down there is already like filleted. You know, they've gutted the fish.
Gotcha.
Ready to prepare.
Ready to prepare, sort of stuff is down there because they kind of have to do that. You kind of for this ship specifically, you have to do that because there's not an actual place to do that on the ship. There's no like prep area on the ship. There's a cook area. You know, you can put a pan on a fire and cook it, but it's got to be prepped long before being on this ship.
And if we are able to just end up going and like selling all the fish we caught and using the money to buy food ready to cook, like that's a thing too, I guess.
Yeah, which is exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they buy that style of rations. Her wisdom is actually pretty high. That's her attack stat actually. Blusters. She's super high in charisma, super high in wisdom. So she also, she will work as an interim cook until the cook is actually here.
Nice.
Cool.
Dude, I can make some pretty awesome like medicine, actually.
Yeah.
I saw that there was. I saw the chart at one point. I've never looked through it though.
Yeah. I mean, like, just tea, which is a DC of 10, improves natural healing by 50% for 8 hours. Make target sleepy and fatigued. So, I mean, I don't know how that works exactly.
Makes target sleepy and fatigued.
Yeah.
Right.
So they
Good
rest.
thing I'm not.
So
Good
it's
thing
like
I'm not.
it works better for the long-term heals or whatever. So, you get 50% extra of my healing to them.
Oh, word.
So then I guess I would need to. I would need to be clear about using tea as fuel.
Yep.
And if that's different than drinking it and gaining those effects, or like I don't know, pouring it
No.
into the tank that lives in my stomach.
Sure.
That
I mean,
affects
mine is like medicinal tea.
Yeah, his is actually produced by his
Gotcha.
ability. So it would be different. It'd be made with herbs that he would have stored up. Kind of like a wizard has materials for their material components for their spells stored up. It's kind of sort of the same sort of deal.
It's crafting.
Yeah. Anywho, so we managed to get a meal. Obviously, we fucked it up a little bit in the first place, but we managed to get a meal. So everybody's basically ready and rearing to continue. We are... We are about to the little nipple. You see where the floating island is on the west coast? The floating island above the edge of the west coast. That nipple that's directly to the left of that with the tree on it. That's about where we are. That's it for the episode. Throw me a like, a comment, and a subscribe for the old algorithm so we can get the content out there more. And thanks for watching.